yours.
Thank you for staying with us. Well, this morning we're having a conversation around how young people are being empowered and mobilized to take charge and shape their future. Our guest is Honorable Chisom Nonya. He is a personal assistant, Udi Local Government Area Chairman I'll take that again. He's a personal assistant to Udi Local Government Area Chairman on youth mobilization, and he'll be talking about grassroots youth empowerment and mobilization at local government areas. Good morning, Chisom. Thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
It's my pleasure.
Absolutely. So before we went on air, we were having this short conversation where you mentioned a particular initiative that your local government has put in place for youths. You said I mentioned something about bursary, a bursary scheme, right?
Yes.
I want you to give us an overview of this scheme. But first of all, I want you to start with the background. Why bursary scheme? Why a bursary scheme? Why not other forms of empowerment? Why did you choose bursary? And then you give us an overview of what the scheme is all about.
All right, thank you very much,
You're welcome.
for this platform. Answering your question, why we choose bursary, and why we choose bursary is first, the executive chairman of the local government area, my principal, who I'm serving as his personal assistant on youth mobilization. He is a human capital investor. Remember that human investment is the greatest achievement. Now, why we decided to key into bursary scheme? Now, this bursary scheme that we are about to kick off this coming Monday for indigent youths, we believe that we can be able to come into supporting these students for them to achieve and actualize their academic pursuits, and looking at the integral factor that can deny a student sound, qualitative and purposeful education is low funding, inadequate to provide yourself with the financial requirements to meet up with your academic pursuits. That's why the visionary leadership led by the chairman of the local government decided to come in to see ways they can facilitate, they can support unanimously to see that these students were able to meet up with their academic pursuits. So that's why we initiated the platform of bursary scheme for indigent youths, bursary scheme for indigent students.
All right. So as a personal assistant on youth mobilization, what's your take generally on youth empowerment in grassroots level? What I'm trying to say is you find out that there are some initiatives, national initiatives. From on top of my head, I can remember the Empower.
Yes.
The You Win.
Yes.
Those are initiatives.
Yes.
How does it get to trickle down to the state level and then to the local government level? What's the pathway? Because most of the time you find out that by the time it gets to even the states, either they've gotten their quota for the initiative, or it's been it's expired or something like that. So how do you get initiatives that are in the national level down to the youth in the local government levels?
Okay, thank you very much. To answer this your question, I believe we have what is called the tiers of government, and in these tiers of government you have the federal, the state, and the local government. And the reason why we have this tiers of government is to enable the grassroots benefit the dividends of democracy. In fact, the grassroots is where democracy should be interpreted, because democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So to answer your question now is that whatever initiatives the federal government brings in for the youth community through the appropriate channel of communication would definitely reach to the grassroots. And that's why I'm taking this project, for instance, because my mayor, who is the chairman of the local government, is transcending the dividends of what is happening at the state level, led by our visionary governor of Enugu State. You can see we have key into the center, and we're enjoying the dividends of joining APC. Now, the executive chairman of the local government is not outside the discussion box. Whatever you see him doing at the grassroots for the youths is what is being transpired from the state level. You can see what the governor is doing for the youths in the state level. Talk about the SMEs, small medium enterprise, and a lot of it. Now, the local government chairman, seeing that the grassroots is priority, because youth engagement is pivotal in governance. If you don't engage the youths, who are now the integral part of government, because they are the force, they are the people who are, we call them the leaders of tomorrow. So definitely, grassroots mobilization in the local government is actually on its free and fair notes, and it is actually reaching out to the grassroots, devoid of favoritism or maybe nepotism or whatever you have. We are looking at who are the indigent ones, who needs this opportunity, and these indigent ones, after thorough invitation by the local government chairman, saw reasons to empower these people. Thank you very much.
All right. Before my co-anchor asks her question, I have a follow-up question. Are there any success stories so far?
Exactly, a lot of them.
Can you take us through probably a grass to grace success story from your work as a personal assistant on youth mobilization?
A lot of success story. Leadership is an aspect where your visions should inspire others to follow. And using myself as an example, being found worthy to serve my chairman, because he's a visionary chairman. I call him visionary chairman because there had never been a chairman in the local government that had beat him. He is the best. I call him the top-notch mayor. So from grass to grace is because there are a lot of pains that have shaped me becoming the personal assistant to the chairman on youth mobilization. And these pains, we are actually the struggles, we are actually the efforts, we are actually the commitment, we are actually the dedication, we are actually the loyalty, we are actually the obedience, and we are actually, setting the path for others to follow. Exactly. So coming into UDI as the personal assistant to the chairman on youth mobilization, I can boldly say it is a square peg in a square hole. Because my mayor looking at me, I'm a young guy, serving him as a youth, PA on youth mobilization. It is all shrouds.
No, I was actually referring to impact story on the people, not directly about you.
Okay, on the people now, there are a lot of impacts on the people. Permit me to go through our programs that the chairman had initiated earlier since his office. The first program we did was, about tech, empowering the youths of UDI, emerging tech skills for UDI students, where these UDI students were able to train for them to, be able to all these animation, all these different skill up exercises that could help them in achieving success in real world. In fact, the real world problem, this is what the mayor brought in for the youths. They were able to train in different technologies that would help them in becoming self-employed, that would help them to, make income on their own self. Not just that, the mayor of our local government, to show you he prioritizes the youths. He made sure that his government is youth inclusive.
Okay, so let me rephrase my question so you better understand what I mean. Okay, so prior to a particular scheme or empowerment scheme by your mayor, let's say this person A didn't have a job or didn't have any skills, and by the time he or she went through the intervention, he or she was able to feed his family, feed her family. That's the kind of story we want. So I want you to bring out just one impact story, so that someone listening to you can, have a better understanding, of what it entails being a youth development expert, if you may. So please.
Thank you so much. Well, the impact story here is that the mayor of our local government has done enough for the youths, and he's still doing it. We'll talk about students who are looking for employment that his esteemed office have facilitated.
Can you give us numbers? How many?
Can you give us?
Yes.
A good number of them.
Okay.
A good number of them are more than 700, if I could say, because he initiated a platform whereby these youths who have their challenges could bring it up. He will discuss it. When he discusses it, he will be able to solve it. And there are a lot of people who he have helped. Talk about people looking for admission in universities, who he have helped by reaching out. We talk about empowerment programs for the youths. Example, this bursary scheme coming on board, who we have helped. We talk about helping our youths who looking for employment. We talk about joining forces and all this and all that. So the mayor is keen in empowering the youths. He have done a lot to see that the youths of Udi are empowered. Is it in agriculture? Is it in security wise? What have you? So the mayor have done enough. Recently, the mayor of Udi local government, brought a lot of agricultural tools that would help our youths in the local government. It was shared unanimously to the youths. They were there in their numbers, so that this is an encouragement to them. So by doing this, I believe the mayor is doing.
I like that you mentioned agriculture and the tools that were shared. What is your monitoring framework to ensure that those tools, the youths, they won't just carry them and go and sell and use the money to? How do you follow up? Is there a monitoring framework?
Exactly.
Okay, so how do you trace progress and ensure that those machineries or maybe what are they called? Seedlings or fertilizers, whatever agricultural products, that they were used for what it was intended for?
Okay, thank you very much. Remember, before distributing the amenities to the youths, it wasn't distributed to them by directly.
Okay.
It was distributed to them through their rural coordinators. And these rural coordinators, you can call them the pages, you can call them the counselors, you can call them the igwes. These rural coordinators are the watchdog. In fact, they are the eyes of the chairman at this grassroots level. They are the ones to make sure that this is utilized for what it's meant for. And definitely, you can know that the local government have a farm estate. And this farm estate is for the masses, where these people can come in and farm. So bringing in these watchdogs who would make sure that those tools being given to them were appropriately used, I believe they are the ones who are in charge to see that these youth utilize those tools. And utilizing these tools, you can see that it will add to our economic development, because when there is massive production, there won't be scarcity of food production. So our local government chairman, by empowering the youths with these tools, is making sure that there are watchdogs who would see that these tools are being used, are being implemented for its purpose. And definitely I can tell you authoritatively that our youths are doing well in terms of agriculture as well.
Alright, thank you. So when I saw you and I saw your portfolio, I was excited because I'm from Udi.
Oh, wow.
Yes, my local government is Udi. Wow. Now, you said a few things about what the local government chairman has done over time.
Yes.
And my first question is, what would you say are the criterions for selection? Because the IT, was it IT of last year, there was a link that was sent for registration for persons who want to be part of a training scheme. I applied, but I did not get selected, obviously. So what are the criterions for selection? Because as we know, Udi has many villages.
20
right?
villages.
I'm from one of them. My mom is from another in the same local government. So what are the criteria? How do you pick from each village persons, or is there a link that people register for, or do you just come to the local government office, pick a form and then fill and then hope that you get selected? Because bursary is not everybody that is a student. Some persons might want to get trained on agric, on tech, on many other things. So what are the criteria for selection for each of these initiatives over time?
Okay, thank you very much. It's just like I said earlier that our chairman of the local government is youth-friendly chairman. He prioritizes the interest of the youth. Now, to answer your question, this criterion for selection or the modus operandi for selecting people who we know that are the indigent ones, devoid of favoritism or whatever, the local government chairman, through his councillors, through his personal assistant on youth mobilization, through his supervisor for education, in fact through the his subordinates, people working with him at the local government, we're able to write to the wards that make up with the local government to provide us people that are indigents in your community. So this is not a case that I'm part of the government, I'm part of the cabinet, so let me use because of my influence and bring my brother. You know that this your brother can definitely afford for himself, or there is a way the person can survive. You get? So the mayor went to the grassroots. That's why you have the councillors, and the councillors are close to their ward. They are directly to their ward. So these councillors were the ones that went to churches, they went to community places, market squares, to talk about this initiative. And when they come, those people come, when these people come, you have to interview them, because there are elements that you will see in them and you know that this person is qualifiable to receive this empowerment. When you see that this person, yes, maybe the father, the mother is late, this person is struggling alone to become a better version of him or himself, this is the kind of people that the mayor is keen to assist with this bursary support, because it believes that for you to be able to to have the courage to struggle for yourself, that means the government who is watching over you should also assist to see that your potentials comes to light. And that's why I said it is a human capital investment, and the mayor is doing absolutely well on that. So the criteria how he selected these people were just and fair, making sure that the people who are in need of this empowerment are people are the poorest of the poor in our community. Okay,
just like as a follow-up question, you keep mentioning your mayor. Is he solely the one responsible for this selection? I mean, how transparent? Is there a committee?
Yes, there's a committee, so, and I'm part of the committee.
Hold on. Now, if there's a committee, walk us through the process, how selection is made. Secondly, do you have a bank or a database? You understand? Because when you plan for these things, you have to have the numbers so you can plan effectively. So I did hear you say that you are in touch with councillors and PG, so they give you the numbers. So how do you manage the numbers?
Okay.
So those are the two questions. Walk us through the selection process, people who are involved, and then tell us how you manage the numbers in terms of your data.
Okay, thank you very much. During the process of the selection, as I said earlier, it was free and fair. Okay. It was credible, it was transparent. Because when these students come with their plights, with their challenges, there are a committee that was being set up.
No, we're actually talking about, is a follow-up to her question. We're talking about the criteria for selection.
How do you keep record of?
Well, she did mention that she applied online.
Yes, I applied for something and I was not selected because I wrote series of tests.
When you apply for something, you actually want to know why you were not selected.
Why you were not selected.
Yeah. So walk us through that process.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, at this process, we believe that everyone who was, selected by the councillors must partake in this.
Okay, so you had to go through the councillors.
It had to go through the councillors, and it had to, reach everybody. Okay, let me see now in our database. we have up to 500 indigent youths to empower for this scheme, just for the moment. And believe you me, the mayor is willing, he's ready to continue this, kind gesture till whenever.
Is this a kind gesture though?
Yeah, it's a kind gesture. Because it's not every local government chairman that is doing this. He saw that there is need to, reach out to the poorest of the poor. And yes, it's a kind.
He mentioned dividends of democracy.
Exactly.
It's part of his work.
It's part of his job.
So it's not benevolence.
It's not a kind. It's not. Yeah. I mean,
well,
it should be what he should do.
Let's say it's benevolent. Do you know why I say it's benevolent? It's benevolent because he sees what is right to do, and he's doing it.
Okay, so let's focus on the subject matter, which is youth mobilization, and not your mayor. We appreciate that you appreciate your mayor, but tell us how you maintain your database of young people. You understand? How do you even have it? Do you upgrade it, or every time there's an initiative, then people are asked to send in numbers? How does it really work?
Okay, now the world is advanced. The world is digital. We have various platforms where we have access to the youths, and whoever who is a youth who knows about the platform will join. This platform is where we discuss any initiatives, and those who are not in the platform can as well reach out to those beyond the platform. I don't believe that my coming here is also an additional to it, because those who are not aware of this would also be aware of it. So that's why information is power. So how we know our database is because, one thing in leadership is you keep on motivating, you keep on leading by example, you keep on adding more followership. So concerning our database now, our database is increasing, and it is increasing because we are meeting up with the demands of the people in the community. And by doing this, we are inspiring them. And there are good turn-ups in our database in different platforms, so that we can ensure that these youths are together, are inclusive in this governance.
Okay, so there was something you mentioned. You said that for now there are just 500,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And there are 20 villages.
Yes.
So compared to the number of villages, the numbers, it's not really balanced. But I get you. You said for now.
For now, yes.
Okay, so what is the scalability plan? How do you plan to scale this initiative from village to village?
Okay, thank you very much. Now, the scalability from village to village is at least every month. These people will be given about five slots for each ward every month. Five slots for each ward every month. Five slots for each ward.
Okay, so we're looking at between now and when to go to cover all the villages.
We are looking at between now and probably from next year to cover all the villages.
Okay.
One last question. So we've had many initiatives over time. Now, for this present you mentioned bursary scheme.
Yes.
How sustainable is it? Is it a one-off from this particular local government chairman? Because you said he did it out of the benevolence of his heart, right? So is it something that when the next local government chairman comes, he sees it, that is already stable? Or is it just something that when the next person comes, he picks on another initiative and then scatters everybody?
Exactly. Thank you now. And this is why I said this is a kind gesture. This is a benevolence. Let's tell ourselves the truth. You know that quality leadership or good governance is continuation of projects. When a new government comes in, they should look around. What were the past governments? What were they able to achieve? They will check their scale of performance. They see those things that yes, they should adopt in their government and continue doing it. That's inclusivity in governance. That's continuation of progress. So that's why I say that this is an act of benevolence, an act of kind gesture. Because there are a lot of local government chairmen who have never tried these initiatives. But the local government chairman of the local government see that it is pivotal to empower these youths. So I believe that whoever comes in, whenever, would see that this is applicable to humanity, the person would follow suit. That's our.
So finally, before we let you go, is there a single empowerment initiative from the previous administration that your chairman took on, the baton and ran with it?
Exactly.
Exactly. Is there a name to this initiative, and how has it taken it higher?
Okay. What I can say that my local government chairman, was able to key in from the past leadership is engaging the youths. And engaging the youth now, I can say when I was still a student leader in my university days, you can see the local government chairman, engaging with the students who are the youths. So what he does is he makes sure that programs students initiates, he would, give them a support to actualize this program. And by doing this was what the past government as well did. They key into student programs that are innovative, that are encouraging and developmental to humanity and assist them. So this is where the mayor is also doing well. Continuation of the past.
Is there a platform where young people can actually have a conversation with the chairman?
Exactly.
Tell us about this platform. She's an indigene, and if she wants to speak to her local government chairman, what does she need to do without speak to the PA, speak to the SA, speak to the assistant? Please tell us about that platform.
Okay, thank you. As I said earlier, my mayor is a digital mayor, he's a digital chairman. And by this, he believes that his leadership is to transcend even to the poorest of the poor, even to those who are far from the government. And this is where this platform comes in. We have a lot of WhatsApp platform, we have a lot of Facebook platform, Instagram platform. In fact, my mayor, if you text him immediately, he replies immediately. If you call him immediately, he responds immediately. Sometimes if he's busy, he calls back to show you that he is empathetic for his community. He's always, eager to see that his community grow. So I'm saying that we have numerous platforms.
Can you give us some of it on Facebook? That once we go on Facebook, search for it.
Okay, you search for it.
Yes, we'll do that after now. Thank you so much, Honorable Chisom Nonya. Thank you for your insights on